The KGB Museum recently opened in New York City. The small, strange space is home to a curious collection of gadgets that helped the communist regime maintain power over the Soviet Union. The small space celebrates real-life spy tech, the kind you might see in a James Bond movie. But it's easy to forget that these things were designed to be, and often were, tools of death. KGB stands for Committee on State Security in English. Since its formation in 1954, its role as the Soviet Union's secret police was both broad and brutal. If you drew the KGB scrutiny, you could have been sentenced to a gulag, or even killed. The KGB employed an army of spies responsible not only for traditional intelligence gathering, but also political espionage, including the targeting of dissidents. Victims of the agency included Bulgarian writer Georgi Markov, who was shot by a pellet containing ricin from an umbrella. The KGB Museum in New York includes a replica of the umbrella. It also contains this pistol disguised as lipstick and labeled Deadly Kiss. The KGB also used chemicals so that its agents could escape interrogation. On display here is a special deadly tooth that has a potassium cyanide capsule hidden in a filling. To track targets, Soviet spies could also mark people with so-called chemical catchers that released a scent for dogs to follow and stain clothes with a dye that could only be seen under a special light. The KGB also used an array of surveillance techniques. These included devices designed to record hours of conversation, using a very thin wire to store the data. Recorders were also disguised as packs of cigarettes. Then there are the hidden cameras. The museum has a 5-frame snapshot device tucked inside a 14-karat gold ring, as well as a camera hidden in the belt buckle that was so loud the agent would have to sneeze when taking a photo. Some cameras weren't really secret in other ways. The Photosniper was a camera that looked like a gun, so that spies used to shooting guns would feel more comfortable taking pictures. Tracking targets even entered the realm of sound. The Heartfinder, a device from the 1980s that converted heartbeat, respiration, and muscle contractions into electrical signals, was made so the KGB could detect sound that the human ear could not. Out of context, any of these spy gadgets would be impressive, but it's impossible to ignore what the KGB Museum ultimately showcases: decades of fierce surveillance, mysterious imprisonment, and unspeakable violence. With its interactive installations and playful descriptions, the exhibit almost glorifies what is undeniably a dark period in history. In reality, seeing these artifacts up close should help us remember a time that shouldn't be repeated.